All right, guys. My name is Rudy Salaya here in sunny Southern California, here with Suponic Global. I want to thank you so much for at least having the open mind to check out this opportunity of a lifetime. You know, what they say is opportunities like this, they never go away. They just go to the next person. And I remember when I was first introduced to Bitcoin, I believe it was in 2010, right going into 2011, somebody had brought in an ATM machine and he was talking about this coin that was worth, I don't know, I think it was like 30 bucks at the time or 45 bucks. And, you know, at that time I was asking myself, why would I even buy a coin for 45 bucks? It just didn't make sense to me. Well, today, folks, that coin has hit all-time high of $20,000 at one point, and today it's sitting at about $7,400 per coin. So imagine what that could have done for me and my family at the time if I would have had made the decision to at least purchase one or two of those coins at 45 bucks. So today what you're seeing is a very special coin, and what you're about to witness is another coin that is an unprecedented, off the charts type of cryptocurrency, because when you take a look at the value of video games and then you attach a cryptocurrency to every microtransaction in the gaming industry. And we're going to break down some numbers to you. Just understand that we might be sitting here looking at what may be even bigger than Bitcoin itself. And by the end of this presentation, you're going to see why. So with that said, guys, have fun. Let's make some money. And I highly recommend that you take copious notes. We like to say that a short pen is better than a long memory. And I am so excited to introduce to you my good friend, also my mentor, somebody that I've been doing business with for about 4 or 5 years now. We actually started in the e-commerce space. And he was somebody immediately that I had to show this business to. And I know the moment he saw it, his eyes lit up and he knew that we were at the right place at the right time, and we've been taking massive action. Seems like we've been in this business for about a year because of how much momentum we have on this team. But it's only been 2 weeks, folks. We literally started the company 2 weeks ago, and we have hundreds of people jumping into this thing. So with that said, I'm going to hand it off to my good friend, Bobby Jones. Are you there, Bob?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Okay, folks, what you're looking at here is a very, very expensive vehicle. It's a Lamborghini. Price tag is $7 million. It top end is 350 miles per hour with 800 horsepower. Now, why do we show you this? Well, this business opportunity that we're going to show you right now is like any other business opportunity. You need the right vehicle to get from point A to point B. And certainly, if you had this vehicle, this Lamborghini, you could certainly get from point A to point B very quickly. What we're going to show you tonight is a business opportunity unlike any other I've seen in over 40 years that I've been in network marketing business. So as Rudy said earlier, I want you to really take good notes, keep an open mind. It's like a parachute. It works better when it's open. But just take a look at what we have to offer you, because this may very well change not only your life financially, but the lives of everybody that you love and care about. Rudy, I want to turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Bobby. You definitely hit the nail on the head, man. When you talk about getting in the right vehicle to take you to the promised land, to take you to your ultimate destination, and of course, everybody's destination is different. This is definitely one to take a really good look at. I remember when I first heard about this opportunity, the first thing I noticed is that we had three-time Laker champion AC Green on the team. And then I started learning more a little bit about the leadership. And I noticed that, you know, Jock Johnson, our CEO, he was the one steering the ship on this project. And he got very lucky meeting Jay Park, which is our chairman, and then AC Green just being the three-time champion icon of the LA Lakers, played with Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, the real Magic show. And as a matter of fact, the year that he retired, he played and then won a championship with Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. So when you talk about putting together a dream team here, folks, this is it. I mean, it can't get better than this. And again, this is just the beginning. When you take a look at Jock Johnson's track record, I mean, 30 years in network marketing. He earned upwards of $7 million in 9 months. He's extremely successful in his own right. And of course, he's in the same arena that we're all in, which is just networking. And he's done it. He's done it over and over, and he's going to do it again here with the Suponic Global. And just a blessing to have him as the CEO of our company. And then when you take a look at the chairman, Jay Park, this is truly something special, guys, because this gentleman he mentored Steve Jobs not once but twice. Okay, when you talk about those kind of accolades, I mean, especially when he worked with IBM for 10 years as a CIO, for a company like that, for him to be working with them for that long, I mean, just think about the experience that he has, the tremendous value that he brings, and the asset that he can become for any company. So here he is. He owns over 300 companies. He is a self-made multi-billionaire. And this is his pride and joy. This is his masterpiece, his artwork, the best company he's ever built. And I know, just speaking with him and hearing from him on multiple phone calls, you already know that he is the real deal, and he's going to build something here for it's going to last a lifetime. I mean, honestly, this is going to create generational wealth for so many people that participate. And when you take a look at what he's done in the last 13 years, he's been building the blockchain here with Suponic Global. I mean, he put together the exchange, the wallet. He hired the black hat and the white hat hackers, the top hackers of the world. And he made a bet. He said, whoever can hack into my system, I'll reward you with $1 million. Well, folks, till this day, nobody's been able to hack into our blockchain. So you guys are going to see the power of Suponic Global and what we're building here, an entire ecosystem. And so, I want to hand it off to none other than our game warden. He is a guru when it comes to video games. When you talk about knowing the numbers, knowing the industry inside and out, all the facts, right? I mean, I know for me, last time I played video games was when I was 13 years old. So I didn't even realize how big this industry was until I started hearing more and more from this gentleman. So with that said, thank you so much, Hayward, for being on the call with us. And I'm going to have you take it away, buddy.
My pleasure. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, folks. Just like Rudy says, I have extensive experience and knowledge when it comes to the gaming experience and the industry. So I'm just going to kind of give you a breakdown of this industry and give you an understanding why it's so lucrative and why we're so excited about joining with Suponic and their gaming platform. So we'll start in the middle. If you look in the middle, that's Candy Crush. Well, Candy Crush has 9.2 million active players that average 300 hours a day, okay? And then if you look at Fortnite, I play that with my nephew. There's a lot of kids and adults alike who love this game, but that has active 10 million players a day at any random day. So my point is, if you go into their servers and say, how many active players are playing that game, it's 10 million. And on top of that, they have 250 million accounts active in that system, in that ecosystem. So you can understand that Epic is very excited and very lucrative. And of course, one of my favorites is Halo. Halo is one of the first console first-person shooters that actually sold 60 million copies in its lifetime. And then if you look at Angry Bird, people don't even know that it did 50 million downloads, and then it averages about 200 million minutes per day of game time. And then of course, Call of Duty. It's been an icon for decades now, and that game always sells record-breaking numbers every year. And last year is no different. Their mobile games did 100 million downloads within the week of its launch. So you have to understand. And what does this have to do with us? Well, they're super lucrative, and they don't share their revenue, folks. But guess what? Suponic will share their revenue. That's why it's so powerful for you to jump in. And I'm gonna actually show you some other numbers. If you can give me the next slot. Rudy. If you look at this from 2012 to estimated to 2021, you're going to see that every year the revenue increases with the usage. And you got to understand that even though there's the same generation of gamers, there's new generations of gamers always being forward. I forgot the number. There's always an 18-year-old so many times per year that those ones are becoming adults, going to college, and in themselves becoming standard gamers and spending their revenue. So you can see it's going to increase exponentially because of the fact that there's so many other generations getting involved. So again, it's showing you that the revenue is not going to go anywhere because the gamers are not going to go anywhere because it's a standard of life to have this many gamers consistently. If we can change the slide for me, please. And in here, now we have a pie to show you the degree of how many gamers are in the different regions. And you can see the numbers are staggering. Again, if you look at the market, this growth is going, this is for 2021, it's going to increase by 9 to 10% or even more every year. We look at this market. So again, another example of why even globally, why this is not going anywhere, because people always think, they always think regional, they always think about, you know, Europe and Asia, wherever you're at. But if you think of it as a whole, that's how the gaming industry looks at it. They don't just look at it just one region. They try to grab the whole global world, and then again increasing that. And that's also with retro gaming, that's also with esports, on top of the standard gaming. So that's going to make it increase even more. If you can go to the next slide. And as you can see now, here's a complete breakdown of each country's revenue. And you can see we're not the biggest units of active gamers, but we spend more. And I can contest to that. When I was an avid gamer, when I was young, when I didn't have 2 kids and you know, income that was just mine, I was averaging $200-300 a month of gaming. So I can contest that that's how much we spent on there every year. And of course, you can see China's right behind us. And with them, they're estimated to even grow even more because they always jump generation because their standard of living is always with gaming. As much as I didn't know that, but me being a gamer and understanding there's other gamers out there and getting to know them, they tell you that how big the industry is in their end, and their style is different from yours. But the point is gamers are always going to grow in each country, a different matter and different speed, but we're always going to grow. So I kind of want to give you the standard and you know, and go and look at the amounts that's being played on here. If you look at China and America, they're still behind us, but they have the bigger player base. So again, you have to understand that that's very exciting, and Suponic is going to be in China as well. So with that, I believe that is the next slide. Nope, I am done. I'll give it back to you, Rudy.
All right, thank you, Game Warden, for just, you know, again, dropping all the facts, the numbers, right? The statistics. I mean, the growth is amazing when you think about how massive this industry is. And then when you attach a cryptocurrency to it, you know, God knows how big this is going to be. So, you know, what I want you guys to do at this point of this presentation, I want you to ask yourself, to play free games and make money, and then paid for games and made money, right? If you think about those 2 questions, if you ever played free games and made money, I mean, you ask most people, they're going to say no. Okay, let's just put it that way. And paid for the games and made money. Again, probably played for a lot of games, but you did not make a single dime. As a matter of fact, these companies are making more money every single time, because when you're being asked to upgrade your avatar or upgrade your weapons or whatever games you're playing, you're usually making the company more and more money because you got to put up your debit card and credit card. So what I want to tell you guys is that we have a complete game changer for you. And nobody even knows who we are yet, guys. This is the best part. So what I want you to do is go to suponicgames.com. Go ahead and take a look at our entire platform. We have 30 games. We have sourcing codes. We have people that are test driving certain games right now. We have a flagship game that's called Ink Wars that you would definitely want to go ahead and try yourself. But understand that when we launch the company in July, we'll have about 30 games, and then we have 60 games by the time this company goes public in October. And again, we have 300 sourcing codes already lined up. Plus, I mean, according to Game Warden, we also have developers that are knocking at our door on a waiting list, essentially, to put their game on our platform, on our blockchain. So it's just a really, really good position to be in right now. Again, this is our featured game. This is our flagship game. Everybody is downloading it left and right on their phones. They're playing against each other. It's just a really fun all-around game. If you play Candy Crush, you're absolutely going to love this one. If you take a look at the characters, what's so unique about it is that AC Green, our CSO, he's actually one of the characters. He's known as the Iron Shark. And Jay Park went ahead and just hired some of the top animators from Disney to create the characters that you see on that video game. So when you talk about just building something that's so special, and we're just having fun doing it, that's it. You know, so again, let's talk about what you're getting every time you sign up. You're going to have an SGC wallet. So you'll have your own digital wallet in your back office where you can go ahead and store your coins, and only you have access to those coins. And then, of course, what kind of blockchain would this be without an exchange? So we have our own Suponic exchange. You can go to suponicexchange.com and get that going. Of course, when that thing goes public and that starts trading for, you know, more than $1 by October, you know, sky's the limit. We're really going to take this thing to the next stratosphere. You know, when you take a look at the gaming in the digital world, you take a look here and see game developers are creating their own virtual currencies driven by the new generations and the digital savvy gamers. Millennials, or so-called generational X, are two economically active demographics with more interest in cryptocurrency than any other. I mean, this is just singing music to my ears right now. How about this? We believe that gaming, and specifically players' interactions with in-game economies and virtual goods, will play a key role in how masses first discover the true potential of the blockchain, said Mike Novogratz, and he's the founder of Galaxy Digital. You can go ahead and go Google Galaxy Digital and see how credible that statement is. And then last but not least, if we look at top gamers, no matter in which category, they all have one common denominator. They all have one thing in common. They've enabled their virtual economy, and that's how they monetize the games today. So Ryan Wang, founding partner of the Silicon Valley venture capital company Outpost Capital. Guys, if you're not familiar with Silicon Valley, just understand that that's where the big companies are. That's where Google started. That's where all the key players, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, that's where all the money is when it comes to different industries. So when you have something like that coming out of that market, it brings a lot of weight to that kind of industry. So you take a look at Bitcoin again. Remember from the beginning of my presentation, I told you my story, and this kid came in with it was like a dolly with an ATM machine, and he was trying to sell us these coins for 45 bucks. I mean, he was out of his mind. Nobody was going to buy those coins. Literally everybody in the room walked away. They're like, I'm not going to give this kid 45 bucks for the coins inside of this ATM machine. That's crazy. It also reminds me of the pizza, you know, the person that purchased the pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins. Well, let's just say that was probably the most expensive pizza on the planet, right? So, you know, you take a look at how Bitcoin started by an anonymous source known as Satoshi Nakamoto back in 2009. What was the white paper produced for? What was the first white paper? It was to create a purpose to exchange currencies for products and services. You know, you think about transactions, you think about exchanging goods for service, or a currency for goods and products and services. In 2009, it was pretty much worth nothing, right? But in 2010, it increased to 8 cents. And I think this is about where I was introduced to Bitcoin towards the end of 2010, going into 2011. And I think it was, again, 45. So, Today's Bitcoin is averaging around $7,000 if you check on the coin market cap. And in December 2017, I remember this like it was like it was yesterday. It was amazing. Everybody was just celebrating, or everybody was kicking themselves in the butt, one or the other. Because again, the value hit $20,000 per coin. So currently there's 18,000 Bitcoin millionaires, and it's growing worldwide. As a matter of fact, if you take a look at the coin market cap value today, it's at $117 billion, folks. So what makes us different? What stands out? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, the Suponic Global Coin is and has the potential to rise bigger than Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you why. Bitcoin, during its all-time high, did about 7 transactions per second. Okay, that's about the average. Ethereum does about 15. Ripple, XRP, does about 1,500 transactions per second. And then last but not least, a centralized currency known as the Visa and MasterCard, right? Your debit cards, they swipe at 24,000 transactions per second. What I want you guys to wrap your head around and really grasp this concept is that SGC coin does 68,000 transactions per second. All right, so if that doesn't make your jaw drop on your desk right now or on your phone, I don't know what does, because these numbers are just astronomical, and I believe it. You know, again, think about what Game Warden just said about the video game industry, a $100 billion industry, and every time you're pushing these buttons and playing games, those are microtransactions. When you can tie it to your own cryptocurrency, it's like, hallelujah. We just found the mecca of cryptocurrency. So I love this part of the presentation, because this is where, you know, when I joined the business, I said, okay, well, everything sounds great. Let me just go ahead and invest my money one time and set it and forget it. And I'll probably just check on the coin next year. You know, my sponsor said, whoa, hold on. There's actually a way you can make money while referring other people. And I said, really? I said, okay, I know a few people. So with that said, I'm going to hand it back off to my good friend and my mentor, somebody that started the business with me again from the very, very beginning just 2 weeks ago. And this thing is growing like wildfire. We have momentum and we can't even stop it, even if we tried. So Bobby, go ahead and take it away and paint the picture on how massive this is.
Can you hear me, Rudy?
Loud and clear, buddy.
Fantastic. This is my favorite part too, because I'm not a gamer either, but I can't imagine that I'm going to be able to make money 8 different ways with this company when other people are playing the game. So this is really exciting for me. So we're going to go through this. You can go to the first slide there, package dividend share. We have 3 ways that you can get involved with Suponic Global. One is a gamer. We've talked a lot about that. But another way is maybe somebody, a lot of people do this with Bitcoin nowadays, they invest in it and then they just hope that it goes up. And if it goes up, they can sell it and they can make money. Well, we have that option is also available with the company where people can invest money buying the coins and then wait and see just how much this gaming platform is going to escalate the value of the coin. And then they have the marketing people like Rudy, like me, like Hayward Cole, that are going to come in and we're going to help share this opportunity with other people and help them see the same vision that we see. Next slide. Okay, game revenue. How's the company make money? Well, let's assume that we have 3 million players, average number of players at any one time. They're going to be wagering, let's say 10 Suponic game coins. That's the average wagering. They can wager more, but that's going to be about the average. The average time for the game is 2 minutes. So I want you to understand that it's not going to take them hours to play this game. It's going to take 2 minutes or less. So what's going to happen is 15% of that is going to be commissions to the company. They're going to, out of that commission, they're going to burn, which is a term that's used in cryptocurrency to increase supply and demand. As you retire digital currency, the rest of the currency goes up. So we have 15% that's going to be burned, 5% that's going to be donated to various charities. One that I'm aware of is the Mamba Association that Kobe Bryant and his daughter were a part of. And so we're going to be donating to that association and that charity because it meant so much to not only people here in Southern California, but people around the world that were fans of Kobe Bryant. And then 80% is going to be returned back in the form of revenue to the field. Next slide. Okay, let's talk about that and break it down. Let's assume that Suponic Global has 100,000 members playing the game only once a day with 10 Suponic game coins wagered. This is what the revenue would be. And let's make it more conservative. Let's say we only have 50,000 members playing and not 100. 3 coins are going to be taken by the company from the winner's share. In other words, if they're betting 10 coins, the winner is going to get 7 coins back and the company is going to take 3. So that means 3 Suponic game coins times 50,000 players, if they're just playing 1 game a day, is 150,000 Suponic game coins that the company is taking in as profit per day. Now, what happens if those players, because it only takes 2 minutes to play, what happens if they play 10 games per day? Well, multiply that 150,000 coins that they would take in at 3 on 1 times 10 is 1,500,000 Suponic game coins per day. We share in that revenue. We're going to explain exactly how we can. Next slide. These are the packages that you can come in as any one of those 3 that I had mentioned. SPG 1 package is $100, and the actual cost per coin right now is 35 cents, but I'm going to go over a slide next that's going to talk about the schedule of the coin value until we launch October 1st. But when you purchase those, what you would do is if you spend $100 for the pack, you just divide, in this case, 40 cents into that. That would give you the amount of coins that you would get for that $100, but you also get a 5% bonus right now on that package. These coins are unlocked to where you can actually play our featured game, Ink Wars, where you can actually wager and get used to playing. You can also play it for free, but if you are a gamer, you could actually wager and start earning money that way as well. But then you go down, we have SPG 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they're at various increments, 500, 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. We'll get to why this is so important is to get to SPG 5 as quickly as possible. Just like if you had a chance to own 10,000 Bitcoins, you'd probably want to do that instead of $100 worth. You may upgrade at any time. So you can start with as little as $100 and you start earning money. You start understanding the process of how you make money and you want to upgrade. The only thing that you're going to pay is the difference between, let's say you were going to go to the SPG2, you would just pay an additional $400 to upgrade to that level. Next slide. This is a schedule. This is a pre-sale schedule that we're on right now. Obviously, Jay Park, our chairman, has the full authority to extend, and we extended the 30 cents until the 19th at midnight, which is Sunday, and it will go to 35 cents. You can see that it should have gone to 35 cents on April 16th. And it keeps on these incremental increases, and the company controls the increase right now. Come October 1st, when we launch our proprietary blockchain, all bets are off because it goes public and the coin is going to open at $1, but it could go to $2, $3, $5, $10. the public is going to control that. Next slide. Here's really the first major way that you can make money, and that is by introducing this opportunity to other people that want to also get involved. And that could be gamers, that could be partners or investors, or that could be other marketers. There are the 5 different levels that I mentioned the slide before, the SPG 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you came in as an SPG 1, you would earn 5% of whatever package was purchased by anybody that you personally sponsored. So let's say that you found somebody that wanted to be a partner, an investor, really didn't want to build a team, but was very interested in being able to buy a package of the SPG coins at a discounted amount, and they come in at an SPG 5 or $10,000. You would earn 5% of that package or $500. My suggestion would be to upgrade to SPG 2 as soon as that happens. But anyways, you can sponsor in our compensation plan any number of people. There's no limit how many you can sponsor, and there's no limit to how many you have to sponsor. But you will have to sponsor some if you want to take advantage of some of the other ways that we can earn income. Move on to the next slide, Rudy. Okay, compensation binary bonus. Binary bonus works like this. And I heard a great illustration, so I'm going to utilize it here. Think of a Christmas tree. Christmas tree has got something at the top and it spreads out as it goes down. Well, that's pretty much the way your compensation binary bonus is going to work. You're going to have 2 legs because there's only 2 spots. 1 spot on your left side and 1 spot on your right side. So when you put somebody on both sides that you've personally sponsored, you are now authorized to earn income based on the smaller of your 2 sides, the legs. We'll call them legs. Your pay leg is always going to be the smaller leg that you get paid on. Your other leg, the larger leg, is going to be called your power leg. So again, we'll use the SPG 1 explanation here. You're going to earn 6% per day on your pay leg. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that your right leg, as we're looking at this slide, you have $5,000 of volume. And on your left leg or your pay leg, you have $1,000 worth of value. You're going to get paid 6% of that $1,000 or $60. So you see that there's a daily limit on each plan that you come in at. And that's why I mentioned earlier that your goal should be to get to SPG 5 as quickly as possible. Because what happens if that same scenario, you've got one leg that's 5,000, your power leg, but the other leg turns out to be 3,000 or 4,000. Now you're getting 6% of that, 240. You're getting very close to your daily limit. Once it exceeds, you're capped at $300 daily limit if you stay at SPG 1. Now, some exciting things are going to happen July 4th when we actually launch to 150 countries around the world. All those people coming in are going to fill in, because there's only 2 legs from the company as well. They're going to fill in underneath all of the people that are already coming into the business. So your power legs and your pay legs are going to grow. So you don't want to be stuck at an SPG 1 level where now you're limited to $300 per day. Still not bad, $9,000 a month, but you want to take advantage and not leave any money on the table. Next slide. Compensation binary matching. Again, you have to have one personal recruit on each side, but now you're going to be able to get paid based on what people underneath you are earning, which is really exciting. So now let's assume you're the SPG1. You're going to have 5 generations where you're going to earn 2% of whatever they're earning. Now remember, everybody that qualifies, they're sponsoring people or they qualify for the binary bonus, they're getting paid daily, okay? So this is going to be ongoing. So at the SPG1, you can earn $300 per day limit again. If you were an SPG5, they're going to pay you 20 generations up to $10,000 per day. Yes, I said per day. And all it takes is one personal recruit on each side, your left and your right. Next slide. Okay, compensation, team dividend share. There's a daily dividend share that based on the profit for the company from the wagering aspect that we covered a few slides ago, where the company is going to be able to pull 3 of every 10 that are wagered, and they're going to keep 80% of that as profit. Well, you're going to get paid based on, again, your level of package. Actually, if you were in SPG 5, you're going to be getting paid 13.15% of all the generational dividend shares that's going on in your entire organization. Now remember, every time that you sponsor somebody and place them, there's only 2 spots direct to you. So anytime that you sponsor somebody and you have to place them on your right or your left side, if they're 20, 30, 40 generations down from you, it doesn't matter. This is a unilevel and a binary hybrid. So every time that you place another personally sponsored person, you have another generation starting there. Now imagine the example I was just giving you. Now this is a monthly bonus, by the way, the dividend sharing for 20 years. But look at this. If you are an SPG 5 package and your team is 30 generations deep, you will earn 13.5% of wagering profit from that team daily. As an example, they take 3 from 10, and we have everyone plays 1 game, okay, in that 30 generation. So your people are playing at least 1 game. 90 SGC for Suponic per day is coming in. You take 90 SGC coins times the 13.5% per day, that's 12.15 Suponic game coins for you per day as a bonus. Multiply it out monthly because it's going to be paid monthly. 364.5 Suponic game coins per month. Now, what happens if those coins are trading at $10? What happens if they're trading at a level that Bitcoin's trading at right now? What if people play more than 1 game per day? What if people play more than 10 SGC per game? Gamers can wager up as much as they want, up to 100 coins. What if you have more than 1 team? Next slide. Gamers' income potential. Let's say I come in and the only thing I want to do is play games. Pretty exciting that I can come in and play games and make a living. So I come in and I play 10 games per day and I'm wagering 10 Suponic game coins. And I happen to be pretty good and I win every game. This is a new game. I already learned it, so I'm gonna be winning more times than I'm not. So each time I win, I make 7 Suponic game coins. If I win 10 times per day, I've made 70 Suponic game coins for that day. 70 times 30 days, 2,100 Suponic game coins. Now, we already know that when we launch October 1st, the coin's going to be worth $1 minimum. That's $2,100 for playing games. But what if that coin is at $5? You now have a 5-digit figured income playing games. Does anybody want to play the game and have fun and make money? All they got to do is sign up for Suponic. Next slide. Compensation game coin bonuses. For these gamers to play, they're going to have to buy packages just like everybody else. Every time someone on one of your teams, remember your teams are generations, buys a Suponic game coin package of $100 to play more games, you earn 2% each down to the 25th generation if you are an SPG 5. If you're an SPG 1, you earn through 5 generations. Now, to earn this bonus, you must purchase $100 worth of Suponic game coins as well. It's paid out monthly. Now, my question is this. If you had 25 generations and you had 10,000 people in those 25 generations, and they were all, let's say not all, let's say 10% of them were buying $100 to play more games. You're going to get paid 2% off of 2,500 packages being sold. Would that make sense to you to purchase a $100 pack every month so you could turn around and make 5,000? Makes sense to me, and it's paid monthly. Next slide. This is actually a breakdown. There's a little mistake up there. It's supposed to be a power of 2 times 2, and they talk about it, but it's really 2 by 25. Here's the way it really works. If you can duplicate your efforts in bringing 2 people in to the 2 people you bring in and they bring in 2 down through 25 levels, in a perfect world, you have 67 million people in your organization that you're going to qualify on getting that game coin bonus. Now, 67 million people would earn you at $2 or 2% per $100 packs purchased, $134 million per month. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not. But what if it happened only 10% of the time? What if you had 6 million people in your organization down through 5 or 25 generations and you were earning 1.2 million a month? Understand just how powerful this is. There are 2 billion gamers in the world as I speak. They're not going to stop playing video games. And they're going to love that they can play video games and make money instead of just spending money. So just try to wrap your head around that, please. Next slide, Rudy. Compensation rank advanced global pool. This is very, very huge, and I'll tell you why. Your pay leg is going to grow, especially when we launch to the world, because we've already been told by Jay Park, the chairman, because we are the first adapters of this Suponic esports platform, that the rest of the world that comes in after July 4th is coming in under us. So as we now are building our teams and positioning people for tremendous success, as your pay leg grows and reaches a dollar amount of $20,001, you're going to earn a shared pool bonus globally with other pro gamers of 1% of the total compensation from the company worldwide. That is so huge, especially since we've only been doing this for 2 weeks. So we have the advantage to be the first pro gamers. And then as your team grows to the next level, elite gamer, there's another 1% that is a separate pool that elite gamers will share in. Now, if you notice on the right, it says monthly pay. This is paid monthly, but it also says duplicate pay. What that means is as you work your way to master gamer, you're going to get paid your share of the 1% pro gamers. You're going to get paid your share of the 1% of the elite gamer. You're going to earn another 0.5% on the executive gamer and 0.5% on the master gamer. So ultimately, you're going to share 3% of a global bonus from a company that has a platform geared right now to a gaming industry that is gaining $3 billion per month. And we're going to have the lion's share of that. So this is a very, very exciting compensation plan. The main thing that you have to worry about now, because it'll take a while until you can digest this, is this. You've got to get in now, get in where you fit in, and bring 2 people in. Thanks for your time. I'll turn it back to Rudy.
Wow, Bobby. This is something else, folks, and tremendous job breaking down our compensation plan. 8 ways of being paid. And one thing I do know about this industry, guys, is that it's all about creating leverage. And, you know, one thing that you guys have to understand about our position with Suponic Global is that, you know, my sponsor, he happens to be very, very close with the CEO, Chuck Johnson. He happens to be very close with Jay Parks. He happens to be very close with AC Green. So when I say that we are at the top, we are literally at the top. And so, you know, what you want to do is you just want to not just position yourself, but you want to position everyone that you know in your teams. Because when Jay Park makes a statement where guys get in because the whole world is coming underneath us, that right there is a very powerful and bold statement. If that doesn't wake you up and get you fired up, I don't know what will. Again, guys, what you just saw is the wealth building ecosystem, the ultimate ecosystem built for wealth for everybody here. I know Jay Park is on a mission to create as many millionaires as possible through this platform because, again, he's a multi-billionaire. He doesn't need us. We need him. Okay, he's already built it out. As a matter of fact, all he's really doing right now is he's 38 years old. He's playing video games and he's a self-made billionaire. So when you take a look at tapping into the right system, this is what we have. We have, again, the gaming platform. We have the cryptocurrency platform. We have a way that you can make money with your cell phone and your laptop. We have a networking opportunity where we can build networks. And again, Bobby, you already know this. If you're not networking, you're not working, period. And ultimately, you're going to have success. So this really takes you back to that first slide with the Lamborghini because, again, you got to have all these things in place in order to take you into that ultimate destination, right? Pick a vehicle and let it take you there. And so right now, you just have to ask yourself, are you person A or are you person B? Because you got to make 2 choices. And what are those 2 choices? Well, the first choice is, I love this. This is what we call a no-brainer business. I'm in. Bobby Jones, send me your website so I can get a position right away. So I highly recommend getting back with the person that invited you to this video so they can go ahead and give you your link, you know, whoever that may be. So you can go ahead and lock in and secure your position here with Suponic Global, or, you know, maybe you're person B like I was. I loved what I saw. I knew without a doubt I was going to join, but I had a few questions. So get back with the person that invited you onto this call as well, or to this recording, and ask them, you know, what questions you need answered. You know, ask them all the different concerns. Make sure you have clarification on everything, that you understand it, to make sure that this is a good fit for you. Again, the whole world is coming underneath us. Okay. So I think that's starting to sink in a little bit. I remember I got in and then I asked my questions. All right, guys, and that's what entrepreneurship is all about. You just jump in and then you figure it out along the way. And it's just like a cell phone. I mean, you don't need to know all the ins and outs and all the different components and the neutrons and the protons and all the electrons that are going on in your cell phone when you plug it into the wall. All you know is that when you plug it in, a couple hours later, you have a full charge. Well, same thing with cryptocurrency, guys, video games. I really don't care how it works. All I know is it's working. $200 billion in the Bitcoin marketplace right now. Just let that sink in. And that's at 7 transactions per second. Video games do 68,000. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you so much for your time, for your attention, for being open-minded to another opportunity. I guarantee you opportunities like this never go away. They just go to the next person. And this is a legacy company in the making, guys. I mean, talk about making records and breaking records. This is the company that's going to do it. And you guys get to be a part of the ride of not just your life, but generations to come. And so with that said, thank you so much. Bobby, congratulations on all your success as well, my friend. Hayward Cole, thank you for being the game warden and all the tremendous value that you bring to this company. And so with that said, guys, we'll see you at the top. Have a good evening, a good morning, or a great day ahead, depending on what time you're watching this video. And we can't wait to have you a part of the family.